Okay. Hello. Some of you just joined right now. Um, my name is Karen, and I'm with the EDD as an employment program representative. Hopefully, you can all hear me. Um, but today, we're going to go over the steps to getting a job with the state. So I have a little PowerPoint to show you here, and then I'll try to show you a demo at the end where we uh, go over the steps in real time on the website. Okay. And let's see. Okay. So on the agenda, place any questions that you may have in the chat, and we'll try to go over them in the end. We're going to go over the benefits of creating a Cal Careers account. That's the state's portal, and where they conduct uh, most of their business in hiring you. And we'll go over all of that. Um, we're gonna go over the registration process, how to create application templates, and the three steps to getting a state job. So that's how to search, how to go through assessments, and how to apply. Okay, so some of the benefits of creating a CalCareers account. Through your account, you'll be able to receive contact letters and set up notifications for job opportunities electronically. Another benefit is that you'll be able to upload and store your resumes and other documents that you may need. You'll easily be able to view your eligibility status. You'll be able to save and submit multiple applications and be able to search for jobs by geographic location. Okay, so you'll get started by simply typing in jobs.ca.gov. And this is what the website looks like. Here on the upper right corner, you'll see a little button that says login. You'll click on that. And if you haven't created an account, then you'll click on that button right there. And make sure that you're writing down your user ID and password. Although you can retrieve it, but it's just an information I have. And then this is the information that they'll ask for. You'll have to invent a couple of security questions or one security question. Give a valid email, your first, middle, and last name, any suffixes. And when you're when you've created your account, you'll start by going through all of these little tabs and then just filling in all of your relevant information. Most important is to have accurate and current contact information. That's how employers will contact you. So have your email and your phone number available for them there. Also ask you for your address. Um, a little trick is that right now your cell phone information doesn't transfer immediately into the estate um, application 678. So you'll just have to label it as your home phone number. Um, and then here, this is what it looks like when you're looking at your application templates. Um, So you have the option to have a couple of application templates, and this is important because you'll probably be applying to different types of classifications. So that's like different the types of job titles, and you'll want to tailor each application to the different duties and the different types of jobs that you're applying for. So we would advise you to just title your template after the job that you're applying for. And you can have a couple up there. For example, this person is titling their template as student assistant. That's the type of classification that they're applying for. And then here, you'll see that you'll have to tick off if you're list eligible, and we'll jump right into that as to what that means. And then here are some general questions. Like, do you have a driver's license? Do you meet the minimum age requirements? So after those basic questions, you can also fill in your education and your experience. So that's all of your job experience. And you'll just add them in one by one. You can also upload a resume, and it'll be in your documents reservoir within the portal. But you'll have to type them in at least once to get them into your employment history. And if you ever need to print your application, that's how you do it. You'll click on View and Print, and it'll pull that up. It'll export it as a PDF, and that's what it'll look like. Okay. Now, searching for exams. In order to be eligible to receive a job offer with the state, and often even to apply an interview, you have to be list eligible. You become list eligible by taking examinations and passing them. Then the system will rank you from like tier 1, 2, and 3. Um, and and that way your employer will be able to choose from that pool. But first you have to take the test, or you have to take the exam. So you'll search for exams by keyword. So if you can think of job titles that you've had in the past, and we'll go over the different types of job titles, but just by keywords, anything that you see in your resume, if you see a pattern, maybe try to type that in. I've typed in um, my major in college before, and just like different types of bachelors, and that'll pull up different job titles as well. Um, so the two types of exams are in-person exams and online exams. And these exams can be based on life experience. They can be like a little bit of an essay format, or where they expect a long answer. They can also be multiple choice. Okay. And you can take exams based on education level. Here are a couple of examples of classifications that you can test into depending on how much schooling you've had. So for high school grads, you could be a claim auditor or a correctional officer. A 2-year degree, you can apply for the account clerk exam, the budget technician exam. Bachelor's degree, you can test into the administrative assistant 1 and 2. So just take a look at those. They have a lot of options. Okay, so this is how you search for exams in the front page. You go off of there, type in a keyword. Here they typed in program technician, and then you'll view the exam, and it'll pull up the exam bulletin. And this is important because it tells you who should apply to this position. And here in the middle, it says people who meet the minimum qualifications as stated in the classification description. So when you, and then right now they clicked on the official exam bulletin, and that's what it looks like. The exam bulletin will tell you what type of test it is that you're taking, if it'll be in person or if it'll be online, and it'll give you the opportunity to schedule it as well. You'll be evaluated based on your education, experiences, abilities, and knowledge through an extensive assessment. If determined suitable, you're eligible to start applying. And this is what it looks like when you're um, looking at an online exam. Uh, you'll have to scroll down to like maybe the middle of the bulletin, and then it'll give you little hyperlinks. And this is what it looks like when you're about to go into the exam. And they often have you, um, you know, uh, certify that you're not receiving help or whatever, and that it's you taking the test. So you'll click on that. And um, with the yes or no and multiple choice types of tests, you'll usually get the results right away, and it'll tell you where you ranked. It'll tell you you did, you ranked in at like 98%, and then you'll know that you did well. So now it's time to look for jobs. And then you can search by keyword, by department, by classification if you already know of one. Search by location, by work type. So that means like, do you want to be permanent, intermittent, and by work schedule. And when you're looking at job listings, uh, you'll click on that little section right here in the little um, magnifying glass, and it'll give you the job posting. So this really has everything that you need to know. Um, in order to find out what you'll be doing at that job, you'll click on the duty statement. The job listing also tells you who should apply to this position. So it'll usually say people that are, list eligible or eligible for a transfer. And you know what list eligibility means? It means that you've taken the test. It'll also tell you, it'll also explain how to apply. Often you can just apply online, and I'll show you how, but sometimes you'll have to apply by mail. And that's when that printing function comes in handy. So you don't have to like fill it out by hand. It'll also tell you about the required application documents. So sometimes they'll say that a resume is required. Sometimes it'll be optional. It's important to never send in a like personal identifying document like a social security card or anything like or like a copy. Don't ever do that. It's only the things that they require here. Um, Sometimes they'll also ask for a statement of qualifications, abbreviated as SOQ. A statement of qualification addresses how your experiences and knowledge will help you in applying for the position. It is a narrative on how the candidate's education, training experience, and skills meet the minimum qualifications for the position. And it serves as documentation of each candidate's ability to present information clearly and concisely in writing. Um, so it's a good way to show off that you know how to read and follow instructions. Like if they tell you it shouldn't be more than 2 pages, and it should be in a 12-point font. And then it's really important that you read, if they have special requirements for an SOQ, like they'll tell you what they want to see in your SOQ sometimes. So make sure that you're reading through the instructions. And also important to remember that resumes don't take the place of an SOQ. Okay, and when you want to apply it, well, yeah, when you want to apply electronically, you can do so by clicking on the upper right corner, and it'll eventually take you to this page, and hopefully you'll have an application specifically tailored for this classification, and you'll be able to pull it up here, and you'll have it appropriately titled. So application statuses, you can look at that on your portal. If it says submitted, this is set automatically when an application is submitted electronically. Applications cannot be edited once it's made accessible to the hiring department. If it's active, your application has been submitted to the hiring department for review. And then this job posting says that you can only apply by mail. In the manual input state application 678, you'll always want to provide the classification title for which you're applying and also the job code number. And then that'll be available on the posting or on the bulletin. And when they want you to mail it in, they'll usually give you the address there. Some other application tips. Don't send generic applications or resume. Never write "C resume" on your applications. Hiring managers are looking for duties that directly correlate to the job bulletin and duty statement. So always give relevant job information. The duty statement provides detailed information on the position's routine tasks. If the department does not provide a link to the duty statement on the job posting, call the contact number provided and ask to be sent a copy. This is important. If you're not quite sure how to get started on an SOQ, pull up the duty statement. This will give you a breakdown by percentage of what you'll be expected to do on the job. So if it states that you'll be 40% speaking to customers, direct contact with the public, maybe talk about your past experience doing just that and how you excelled at that. And that's just an example. Also, let's talk about the limited examination and appointment program. LEAP is a program designed to help persons with disabilities get jobs in State California civil service. It is an alternative to the traditional testing process and allows applicants to demonstrate garnered knowledge, skills, and abilities through an on-the-job scenario. If you're interested in this program, you can contact the Department of Rehabilitation, the DOR, to start your LEAP certification. Okay. And also the state does offer veterans preference. And veterans preference isn't just for veterans. It's also awarded to any veteran, widow, or widower of a veteran or spouse of a 100% disabled veteran. Anyone that achieves a passing score in this exam will be ranked at the top of the eligibility list. So remember, I talked about the three ranks. Most employers will like to pick from the first or second rank. So if you're a veteran, you can get automatically placed into the first rank, and then that'll make it, a little bit more favorable for you during the hiring process. And then if you have any questions, you can call this number. That's 1-866-844-8671. And that's Cal HR. And now I'm going to switch to my demo here, where I'm just going to pull up the page on the internet. Let's see. Okay, and also I see a question here. Can you retake the exam? Yes, it depends. Depending on the test, it might give you another opportunity 6 months down the line or a year down the line, but you can take it. And then, if you don't do so well, don't worry. Time passes, and then at least now you know what to expect during a test. So it's not the end all be all. Any other questions? Let's see. And can you all see my screen right now? Okay, thank you. So now you should be able to see me logging into CalCareers. Okay, so that's got a little bit of my old information. Um, So that's what that looks like. And something cool, I think that the PowerPoint showed you the another type of search option, but you can search by county here, and you can see what's available where in case you're interested in moving. Let me see. So Sacramento has, close to 1,000 job openings, which isn't surprising. It's the capital. But you'd also find a lot in like LA County and the Bay Area. Here in Santa Barbara, it looks like we have 5 job openings. And that's what these are. So if you're interested in, working for the DMV, you would look at the job posting and see that it's located in Santa Maria. And then let's see what the special instructions. Um, yeah, just have a list eligibility, and uh, it looks like this little button is active, so you can apply online. So if you wanted to apply, you'd click on that and say, I don't have list eligibility. I want to obtain it. So then they'll pull that up, and this is probably the specification. And there's your exam bulletin. So let's see. Who should apply? People that meet the minimum qualifications. And then it'll give you a PDF, I think. Or no, it'll just take you here. And you can have, okay, the minimum qualifications, 1 year of experience with the state of California, or 1 year of experience performing clerical, cashiering, sales, or customer service work. That's pretty cool. So if you know you can fulfill that, then you'll go back to the other page and click on the exam bulletin. And it looks like, let's see. Oh, take the examination. Okay, so this is a multiple choice. And what happens when we click on that? Okay, it'll ask you to log in again and take you to the test right away. Um, and then here they go into more information on what to expect from that test. Does that kind of help? Chat. Okay, thank you. Are there any types of positions or classifications that any of you are interested in that I could look up? Um, if you're kind of at a loss as to what types of jobs to search for, you can just, for example, click on any county with a bunch of openings. And even if you're not interested in working in that county, at least you'll get an idea for the types of job titles available. So you know. So the Department of Parks and Rec has a park aide position. Maybe you'd be interested in that. Or let's see. Fresno. And then this one, okay, this county has a couple more. Oh, an AGPA, that's I think they call this a generalist position. So this, all kinds of departments have this classification, and it could be any number of duties. To find out exactly what they're going to expect you to do in this department for an AGPA position, you would look at the duty statement. And let me pull that up, see what that looks like for them. Okay. And it does break down your job duties by percentage. And this is forensic reports. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So that's about it.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Once you take an exam or test, how much time goes by after the exam you've taken? Do you hear back from someone or through email stating whether your progress or if you need to wait from the actual employer, such as this was like DMV? Would you hear from them, or do you go back into your browser and see if you passed your test, or how does all that come about?
Oh, okay. So when you're taking a test, if it's a shorter one, like a multiple choice type of question, type of test, it'll usually rank you right away. It'll tell you how you did. Give you anywhere from 80 to 100%. So you'll know
Okay.
right away. Some
Okay.
tests, yeah, some tests, they'll have you write out specifically in like paragraph form, and those take a little bit longer. But even those that I've taken, it can't be longer than like 2 weeks, maybe
Okay.
a week. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought this up, because even for a DMV position, it's not necessarily like DMV employees that are processing this. It's HR.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have once in my email received where there was a typing test that was being offered, and you had till about, X amount of time to take the test. That helps you also get access into the county jobs or city jobs.
Oh, I see. So you took a typing test to be able to qualify for state service, but then it also put you in the running for other positions in like the county and all that?
No, it was just offered. It just said typing test offered,
Oh,
and you have between this amount of time to take it. And that was all. That was all it said.
oh, okay, that's interesting. Let me type that in. I actually got a lot of questions about this. So within the state, if they need you to have a typing certification, it'll say it right on the job title. And as far as like where you can take it, it always changes, because I know that there used to be more places, but then everything shut down. So yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but if you're wondering if you're required to have a typing certification, you'll always know right away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. And I also wanted to show you guys a little bit more about this account. Sometimes when you've tested into a certain, well, I'm getting some, okay, sorry. Um, Also, sometimes when you test into a certain classification, you'll just be in their list, in their pool. So they'll send you these contact letters saying, hey, this position is open and, we need applicants. So they'll like send you a notification saying that that's open. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll know that that's open and you can
Oh,
apply.
1 second. Okay. And then there's so many different types of positions. Like, for instance, if you wanted like a clerk or data entry or customer service, does it kind of mainstream your request once you have some like uploaded your own profile and so forth?
Yeah. Um, So once you've set up a profile and have list eligibility and like, three different types of classifications, you might start getting some traction. You might start getting these types of contact letters, and you'll find that sometimes maybe they're listing a certain type of position, but they'll also accept something that you've tested into, but it'll always say it, it'll say like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're taking in office assistants or technicians, like we'll take either. Mhm.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then to look at, let's see what you're even eligible for. Let's see. Here you can look at your exams and assessments and your assessment records. So right now I don't have active eligibility in anything, but I have expired eligibility in all of these. You can also, when you're browsing, you can save jobs and it'll save them under either active or closed. So these are all of my closed jobs that I saved. And I don't have anything in here. Uh, to look at your document reservoir, like I have I have an SOQ, I have a resume. You can also set up email alerts if you're really interested in a classification. So that'll be cool. Yeah, and that's about it. I think, yeah, just keep track of what you've actually tested into. Uh, and then once you have eligibility, just, go in every couple of months and see if anything else has opened up. Uh, and then just get creative here in the little search box. Even if you can't think of a specific job title, just like type in keywords like, let's see, customer service. They have a lot of these like front counter type of things. And look at all you get right there. And I think most of these are in Sacramento, but you can refine it. See, I'm only getting a lot of Sacramento, but maybe I want to see like what's available in LA. And do that. And then lots of DMV. Yeah. Any more questions? Hmm. And like I said before, yeah, test into as many as you want, as many as you can um, that you're interested in. Always look at, before you write off any type of position and think like, oh, like that looks, like too much. Go into the classification specifications, go into the requirements, the minimum requirements, and you may be able to test into it. And then just know that you'll maintain eligibility for like 1 or 2 years, uh, and you can always go back in when you see a new listing and just apply right away once you get your account set up and you set up all of your applications and all of that. But yeah. Mm, oh, it looks like someone dropped off. um but if you guys don't have any more questions, then that's about it. uh I hope you wrote that phone number down in the PowerPoint. But yeah, Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Do they have these? Oops, hello.